What I am about to tell you is not a prediction. It is not a theory. Every single thing in this video has already happened. In a hospital, in a clinical trial, or in a published peer-reviewed study, real patients, real numbers. We are living through the most significant period in the history of medicine, and most people have no idea it is happening. Today, we are going through 5 specific breakthroughs, what they do, how they work, and why they matter to you. Plain language, no jargon. Let's go. You've probably heard of Ozempic, it works. But there's a problem with it, and with every weight loss drug that has ever existed. When you lose weight with these medications, a significant portion of what you lose is muscle. Studies show that between 25 and 40% of the weight lost on GLP-1 drugs comes from lean muscle mass. That matters because muscle is not just for lifting things. It regulates your blood sugar, protects your heart, and keeps your metabolism running. As you get older, it becomes one of the single strongest predictors of how long and how well you will live. Lose it, and the consequences follow. In March 2026, a paper published in Nature Medicine changed this picture. The study tested a drug called bimagrumab. It blocks a specific biological signal that tells your body to break down muscle. When combined with semaglutide, the results were unlike anything seen before. Every gram of weight patients lost came from fat, not muscle. They actually gained muscle at the same time. Total weight loss reached 22%. This is not about appearance. This is body composition as a medical tool, reshaping how your metabolism and heart actually function. For most of human history, if you were born with a mutation in your DNA that caused disease, that was permanent. You managed the symptoms or you didn't. In December 2023, that changed. The FDA approved the first CRISPR-based gene therapy for sickle cell disease. Sickle cell is caused by a single error in the gene that produces hemoglobin. That mistake causes red blood cells to block vessels and trigger severe pain. The treatment takes a patient's own stem cells, corrects the genetic error using CRISPR technology, and reinfuses them. In clinical trials, 97% of treated patients were completely free of severe pain crises for at least 12 months after a single treatment. The main obstacle right now is cost. But consider this. The cost of reading a human genome dropped from $3 billion in 2003 to under $1,000 today. And the science has already moved further. A newer technique called prime editing rewrites individual genetic letters directly. The precision is substantially higher, with far fewer unintended edits elsewhere in the genome. It's a surgical rewrite of the code. Researchers are now exploring whether prime editing could convert the APOE4 gene variant, the strongest risk factor for Alzheimer's disease, into a protective form. If that becomes possible in living brain cells, it would represent one of the most consequential medical advances in history. That work is happening right now. Every cell in your body contains the same DNA. What makes a heart cell different from a liver cell is not the code, it's which parts are switched on or off. As cells age, these switches accumulate errors. That accumulation is one of the core drivers of biological aging. In 2006, Shinya Yamanaka discovered that introducing 4 specific proteins could reset adult cells back to an early state, effectively erasing their biological age. Full reprogramming creates tumors, but partial reprogramming resets the age of a cell without erasing what kind of cell it is. It keeps its job. It just stops acting its age. In animal studies, partial reprogramming has reversed tissue decline, improved organ function, and extended lifespan. It is truly remarkable. Multiple biotech companies are now approaching human clinical trials. This is not decades away. It is years. MicroRNAs are small molecules, about 22 genetic letters long. They do not build proteins themselves. They regulate gene activation. Your fat cells send microRNA signals to your brain. Your liver sends messages that influence your mood. Organs are in constant chemical conversation. As we age, this communication degrades. Specific microRNAs associated with inflammation rise. Those associated with repair fall, the balance tips. What researchers have now established is that you can design synthetic microRNAs and deliver them as targeted therapeutics, in a language your cells already understand. This is being explored for cardiac repair, for protecting neurons and neurodegeneration, and for reprogramming metabolic pathways. The approach is early, but human trials are underway. You're sending a message your body already knows how to read. Mitochondria are the structures inside each cell that produce energy, but science has revealed they do far more and they are not stationary. Cells in your brain called glia actively reach out through nanoscale tunnels and feed neurons fresh mitochondria. It's an internal energy grid. Your fat cells shed mitochondria and release them into the bloodstream, where they travel to the heart and protect it from damage. This happens naturally. It declines with age. The rate of renewal slows. Older tissue accumulates dysfunctional mitochondria, and the replacement signals grow weaker. But here is what is new. Early-stage trials are exploring whether healthy mitochondria can be grown externally and transfused directly into patients, essentially delivering new energy infrastructure to cells that have lost the ability to maintain their own. That research has already begun in humans. 5 mechanisms. 5 different angles of attack on the same problem. The biology that makes us age, get sick, and lose function over time. Bimagrumab rewires body composition. CRISPR corrects genetic disease. Prime editing improves precision. Reprogramming resets the clock. MicroRNAs communicate. Mitochondria restore energy. None of these is speculative. Each has data behind it, in published trials, approved therapies, or active research. It's a question of when, not if. If you found value in this breakdown, subscribe and hit the bell. We cover the science of longevity every week. Links are in the description. See you next time.